Hey guys, this is Leo, and I'd like to start off by saying thank you to the folks at Audible for sponsoring this episode. If you've been living under a rock for a while and don't know what Audible is the world's leading audiobook service owned by Amazon. They have thousands of books at your disposal and ready for you to enjoy. If you go to audibletrial.com/ddpodcast, you can get a 30-day free trial and a free audiobook and 2 Amazon originals just by signing up. You also get a free audiobook and 2 Amazon originals every month. You can listen anywhere you want, whenever you want. Best thing about Audible? It's commitment-free, guaranteed. You won't be charged until after 30 days and can cancel anytime you want. No questions asked. Remember to stay informed, inspired, and entertained. Again, that's audibletrial.com/ddpodcast. Saludos amigos, and welcome to the Discovering Disney podcast. I hope you had a great week. If not, I hope this makes it just a little bit better.
I'm Morgan, and I love Disney.
I'm Leo, and before we started this podcast, I hadn't watched any Disney movies.
So we're going through all of them just to educate Leo on the magical world that most of us grew up with.
I'll be talking about my observations I had while watching the movies.
And I'll hit him with facts, information, and anything else that I found interesting while researching.
Would you like to start us off?
All right, here we go. Released in September 1947, Fun and Fancy Free is a 73-minute movie composed of 2 segments. Bongo, based off the book Little Bear Bongo by Sinclair Lewis, and Mickey and the Beanstalk, based off the English fairy tale Jack and the Beanstalk. Both were going to be full-length movies of their own, but wartime shortages made it more financially sound to combine the two, just like many movies before, which was a good move as it ended up grossing $2 million, or $23 million in today's money. A big reason being that this was Mickey, Donald, and Goofy's first time together on the big screen in 10 years. The two halves are connected by scenes featuring, strangely enough, Jiminy Cricket from Pinocchio. Some famous people of the time were involved, such as singer Dinah Shore, radio comedian Billy Gilbert, who played Willie the Giant, and ventriloquist Edgar Bergen. Notable credits include Ub Iwerks and process effects, Claude Coates as backgrounds, John Henson layout, Harvey Toombs as a character animator, and Ward Kimball as the directing animator for some Bongo sequences. Due to many re-releases of the Beanstalk segment, Bongo has pretty much faded into obscurity while Mickey and the Beanstalk continues to thrive and be well remembered by many people. But I want to know, what did you think?
I thought it was a interesting movie. Okay, so I think when we started this off first, like when we first started watching the movie, I think you had kind of told me that it wasn't supposed to be a movie, right? That it was supposed to be like 2 shorts or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, totally see it. There are 2 shorts. There's Bongo the Circus Bear and the live action thing with Jack and the Beanstalk. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I thought it was interesting. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't certainly my favorite. I think it was a nice thing to come back to, for sure. Sure.
I wrote down my thoughts on it. I wrote it's neutral, average, and a safe play. Mm-hmm. It felt like a very safe movie for them to make. It's in the middle of nearly every list that I keep. So the ranking, runtime, and average fan score, it's literally the middle of the list. The tagline for the movie was, "It's got that Disney magic." It's the kind of movie you can just sit a kid down in front of the TV with and just let them go buck wild.
100%. 100%. I can see that. Because yeah, nothing really special happened in the movie. It was just 2 short stories that honestly I feel like we've seen before. Obviously, Jack and the Beanstalk, we've seen that numerous times before, you know. And then with Bongo the Circus Bear, it's not a new story. It's really not. Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll just get into the movie.
Yeah.
Um, so as you said, it starts off with Jiminy Cricket. Jiminy Cricket comes out of the fucking nowhere, and it's just like, hey, excuse me. Yeah, he starts off. I think he. Wow, I'm trying to read what I'm reading my notes here.
He started
and-
out singing a song. The
Yeah.
song he's singing is called "I'm a Happy-Go-Lucky Fellow," and it was written for Pinocchio.
Why didn't they use it in Pinocchio?
I don't know. It was probably a time issue. Didn't say.
Interesting.
Probably timing or pacing.
Because I put down here, why does he wolf whistle at Misery for the Masses? I'm not sure if that was like a book. Yes, that was a book. He was flipping
Yeah.
through books, and one of the books was titled Misery for the Masses.
No, he was like running along the top of the books.
But he stopped at that one book and he wolf
Yeah.
whistled at it.
Yeah, he was like, wow. But
He's
with
like-
his whistle.
He said, wow, dude, that's crazy.
But he said it with his whistle, but I'm not going to attempt to whistle.
Yeah, I'm not going to try it right now because what if, like, it doesn't turn out well? And then he said, everyone worries too much. And I was like, well, just at me next time. I put in this particular scene, he's always that upbeat dude who tries too hard to be happy. You know, it just seemed like it was being forced. The product placement in this was so obvious. I forgot what it was. I think it was Pepsi or something.
I don't remember what it was.
But I just remember there being product placement. And I was like, fucking, really? It's right there, dude. And then that's when he starts talking about a love story, and he mentions Bongo. And it was really funny because the product placement in there was very obvious as well. And I put down in quotes, Bongo? You mean this hit musical story by Dinah Shore?
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur, excuse me. I didn't know we were listening to a dinosaur. And then he said, a love story between bears. And that's when we get into our first short. Bongo the Circus Bear. Yep. I gotta love Bongo.
Mwah.
You gotta love him. Really. If you haven't seen this movie, it is on Disney Plus. And like I say, in literally every episode since Disney Plus came out, we are not sponsored by Disney Plus, nor will they ever sponsor us. But it's really hard not to do a plug for them on a Disney podcast. So I believe it's $14.99 a month for just regular Disney or something like that. Either way, it's cheap. There's a bundle that comes with ESPN and Hulu. Just get it. It's good. $12.99 a month for ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. Just get it. It's
You
worth
gotta.
it.
You gotta.
Because fun and fancy free, it's on Disney Plus, bro.
If you haven't yet, you're missing out.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch an old classic, you know?
Mhm.
So here comes Bongo the Circus Bear. And excuse me while I look this way. My notes are right here. So, but yeah, Bongo the Circus Bear. He's the star of the whole circus, dude. He does these like cool tricks every night.
He
And
gets on his little unicycle and gets on a high wire and juggles 1,000 things, which he catches in his teeny tiny little hat, and then jumps like 15 stories into a tiny little pool of water. And then he gets out and the circus throws him around and like hits him and stuff. And it's, oh my god, it's so sad.
Exactly.
They treat him so bad.
So in my notes, I put what a bear. Then I put wait, what? Bongo is getting mistreated all of a sudden. Bongo dreams of life not in the circus. He daydreams and he's like And then I come to the realization that Bongo is sick and tired of this shit. Sick and tired of everything that the circus puts him through every night. And that's when he escapes. There's like a train, and it like I guess opens like a door or something. Something happens, and Bongo escapes into the wilderness, right? And he took the most important thing he has, his unicycle.
Yes.
Because you can't live without a unicycle. If you're living without one, I don't know what to tell you, bud. I really don't.
You can't survive in the wilderness without a unicycle.
Exactly. It just won't happen. But yeah. So then this is when Bongo realizes that he cannot live a regular life. Bongo loves nature, but he can't be a regular bear because he didn't grow up like that. And the harsh reality of nature fucking puts
Beats
him in
him
check,
up.
bro. It puts him in check for real. Like he can't climb a tree. And that's not a bear thing, you know? You're supposed to be able to climb trees. Yeah, and then eventually fucking Bongo makes some friends with the animals of the forest. And I put here Bongo and friends, smiley face. And then, you know, after he's all done with doing or trying to do some bear stuff at least.
He's trying to catch a fish.
Was he trying to catch a fish?
He was trying to catch a fish when he sees...
No.
Huh?
No. That you're getting ahead here. You forgot. You forgot he has to sleep first.
Mm-hmm.
He sleeps first. So Bongo after Bongo and friends happens, he goes to sleep, but then fucking little does he realize that bugs make so much fucking noise that it's impossible to sleep in the forest. And then I put here, Bongo couldn't sleep because nature's a bitch, and it's true. Because like it started raining and there was a whole bunch of thunder, and dude, it just was not a good thing for Bongo. Wasn't. And then I put here, I swear I've seen Bongo before. I swear. Like it's just so familiar to see Bongo the bear. I don't know what it is.
That's weird.
I know. But for some reason it's just I think I've seen it.
Well, so when it was supposed to be a full-length movie, the original drafts had it as a sequel to Dumbo. A sort of crossover, so maybe your mind is making associations with Dumbo.
Maybe he was in Dumbo, and he was just like a kind of like
background character.
Yeah, like a background and a one-off. You know, like we only see him that one time, and then that was it. I know you're doing some research right now, so you go ahead and do that.
No,
dude, I see it. I could see you in your webcam. But yeah, and then yeah, he tries to catch a fish, but you know, like I said, he can't be a regular bear. And then, ooh-wee, Lady Bear ooga wooga.
So I looked up Dumbo Bongo, and the first thing was a 13-second YouTube video of a clown in Dumbo that looks like he's smoking a bong. Oh.
Thanks.
That's the only thing I find.
I hate it. Okay. Anyways, Lady Bear, Lady Bongo, Lullabelle comes in, and oh my god, does it go into a fucking 10-minute segment of Bongo and Lullabelle being in love and being like, oh, you know? And then, you know, it's very apparent and very obvious that Bongo is head over heels with this bear, with Lullabelle. He cannot get enough, bro.
And she feels the same way. They like look at each other and it's like gazonga, zazonga, bonga de bonga, you know?
Yeah, exactly. They feel the exact same way. So they're just head over heels for each other, right? And during this whole part, there was like they were like frolicking in the snow and stuff like that. Because I did make a note here that the snow effect was actually pretty cool. It was just one of those little animation things, you know, old school animations.
Wait till we get to Peter Pan.
Oh man,
the effects in Peter Pan, especially with like Tinkerbell and pixie dust.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's gonna be blown.
Yeah, I have such an appreciation for these old school effects and their styles, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, I feel like these new school stuff, like the newer Disney movies that are coming out, so like it's great, you know? I can't imagine like Disney without it right now. But it's just something about the old school way that Disney used to do things that just, mamma mia, bandissimo. It's great, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so like I said, the snow effect was pretty cool. And then like it breaks the dream. It breaks the dream, and then there's this third bear, Lumpjaw. This is his name. The third bear is a big bitch, bro. So I'm just gonna say it like that. Okay, he stole Bongo's lady bear. He stole Lullabelle, and then, yeah, he stole Lullabelle. And bro, okay, look, I know what I'm gonna say sounds wrong, but let me further explain this. Okay, so Lumpjaw slaps Lullabelle. Okay. But it is later on realized that slapping another bear of the opposite gender or sex actually means like I love you sort of thing, right? So Lumpjaw slaps Lullabelle, and Lullabelle doesn't slap him back. Lullabelle slaps Bongo. Bongo doesn't understand that. You know, he doesn't understand that that means I love you. So
and he starts freaking out. He's like, "What did I do wrong to deserve this?"
He's like, "What the fuck? Why am I getting abused right now?" You know? And then that's when Lullabelle like slaps him 2 more times, and then she's like, "Well, he doesn't love me, so I guess I have to slap this fucking dude." And then she accidentally slaps Lumpjaw, and Lumpjaw takes it fucking out of proportion, and like they're married, like. Like they're having like a whole ceremony and everything, and then here comes the other bears and like celebrating and singing a song, and that's when Bongo realizes, oh shit, dude, oh fuck.
The song is called "Say It with a Slap," and the lyrics are basically like bears say "I love you" with a slap.
Yeah, literally, it's
it seems a little problematic. I could see my nieces watching that and in their little brains going, oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna slap everybody.
Exactly. So yeah, take it as you will. But yeah, I can see how that's yeah, you know. But yeah, so then that's when Bongo realizes like, oh shit, oh fuck, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do that back, so that way my bitch can love me again, you know. And yeah,
why is Bongo talking like that?
I don't know, dude. Bongo has a lot of voices. And then this is when Bongo finally stands up for himself. He's finally like, hey, Lumpjaw, you bitch. Got you. Right? Yeah, that's when he finally stands up for himself, and he gets into like a fight. And he uses his like unicycle. It's pretty cool. And let's see. There was one thing that I saw and I noticed that was actually pretty cool. So during the kind of fight scene between Bongo and Lumpjaw, it's conveyed that Bongo is more strategic with his moves and he knows what he's doing, and Lumpjaw is just a big brute who's dumb and clumsy, right? And the way that's conveyed is very, very interesting because it's conveyed with different instruments. You can hear the different instruments like him clashing, and there's like a trombone or something, but it's just all everywhere and messy, and only with Lumpjaw, which I thought was really, really cool and really clever. But then Lumpjaw gets like they start fighting near a waterfall, near like a river, right, where it leads into a waterfall. They fight on a log. Pretty cool scene. And then Lumpjaw just fucking dies. I say that because he ends up on the log and Bongo just like fucking leaves him, and then he goes down the waterfall, and then he fades away, and we never see them again.
So we never see him again in the movie, but years later, Disney released a book called Bongo and Lumpjaw. So take that as you will. I don't know what's canon and not.
Lumpjaw's dead. That's what's canon.
Yeah. Then there's a re-release 8 years later that replaces Dinah Shore singing with Jiminy Cricket, like singing and narrating the whole thing.
Interesting. But that's Bongo the Circus Bear. That's the entirety of that short.
I have a couple more points for this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
So on IMDb, they show like top plot keywords on the page, and number 4 was face slap.
For Fun and Fancy Free?
Yeah.
Fucking A, bro.
And then I'm like a Disney buff, and I'd literally never heard of Bongo before. He hasn't been seen since 1979, and in later re-releases of Fun and Fancy Free, he's not even on the box art or any of the promo material. He's just faded into obscurity. And now we want tattoos of him. Like, that's how much we love this little bear. So I say, you and me, we start a social media campaign, #BringBackBongo. And we force the Disney company to acknowledge this little bear who's been sitting collecting dust since 1979. The poor little bear. First the circus neglected him, and now Disney. Shameful.
You know, I would love to think that we have that much power to start a trend of #FreeBongo.
#BringBackBongo.
#BringBackBongo. Triple B's, bro. #buh. I would love to think that we have that much power, but you know what? Until the day it's trending, that's when I'll eat my words there, buddy. But yeah, that's the end of that short, and then it goes. And do you have anything, by the way, before I go into this weird shit?
The live action?
Mm-hmm.
No, I have stuff for live action, but I don't have anything else left for Bongo.
All right. So, as you heard, it goes into the live action segment. Cricket hears Jiminy. It goes back to Jiminy Cricket, and he hears that there's a party going on. He goes, "Bro, I'm in." Right, and then he goes to the house where the party's at. This is where live action begins. It goes into what's the dude's name? Edgar something, right? No. The puppet dude.
Edgar Bergen.
It goes into Edgar Bergen being the worst fucking puppet master I have ever seen in my fucking life. When I tell you that this ventriloquist was he like the best at the time or something?
So he was a radio ventriloquist.
What
and
the fuck?
He didn't realize until watching this movie how much he moved his lips, and it made him so mad seeing this movie.
What the fuck? That's fucking dumb. How do you not know you're that fucking bad? How does no one tell you, hey, yo,
you're moving your lips like a lot.
It's probably not a good idea for you to go on this movie, bro. Just saying. You're fucking... Oh my god. Are you serious? No one told him? Ugh, that's so dumb. Anyways. It goes further into my point that he's the worst fucking ventriloquist I've ever seen in my life, right?
He's throwing a party for this little girl named Luana Patton, who was one of Walt's contracted actresses.
Okay. So, yeah. He's throwing a party. He starts bringing out these puppets, start talking, moving his lips when the puppet's trying to be talking. Like, come on, bro, fuck that, dude.
So I literally have written down here, the fucking ventriloquist dummies ruined it for me, because it's not just this live action segment. They cut back to them and they're helping narrate the story too. And later releases, like the ones I remember from my childhood, have them completely cut out. Sterling Holloway, who's Winnie the Pooh, is narrating, and at the end, spoilers, instead of Willie lifting the roof to the party looking for Mickey, he lifts the roof of the Disney studio. But I don't remember the fucking ventriloquist dummies because I never saw them. So when that whole thing started, I was sitting here thinking, am I having a fucking stroke? Because I would have remembered these creepy motherfuckers.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking bad.
It's
bad. For real. So, okay, he's having a party, right, for the girl or whatever. And then it goes into story time. Story time is...
Wait.
What?
I'm not done with the live action sections.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Okay. We go. So a clip of one of the ventriloquist segments was actually featured in the 2007 movie Enchanted. It's on a TV screen. And then you mentioned Jeff Dunham. One of the dummies, one of Edgar Bergen's dummies, was the inspiration for one of his dummies, and they look pretty much identical. So
yeah, what's his name? Like Walter?
The old one.
Yeah, his name's Walter. I
don't know. I was never into Jeff Dunham.
Dude, listen, okay? I used to like Jeff Dunham, okay? Used to being the key word. Listen, no disrespect if you like Jeff Dunham now, but just saying he's not the best person. Are you done with the live action? You want to keep going?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay. So yeah, it goes into story time, and this is the story that we've all heard before, bro, of Jack and the Beanstalk, right? So really, there's nothing much to talk about here, which is, it's a little unfortunate that they just kind of recycled that story just using the Disney characters. So it's Donald, Goofy, and Mickey are like poor farmers, and they're in Happy Valley. But then the golden harp is stolen by a giant, and now Happy Valley is Bullshit Valley. That's what I put in my notes. So Donald is fucking losing it, like for reals. He's going batshit crazy because he's hungry. Here, let me do my best Donald impression, going bullshit crazy.
Oh, God.
I have to take off my headphones. There you go. So that's him going fucking bullshit crazy because he's so hungry. And Goofy's like, gosh, dude.
Like,
calm the fuck down.
Isn't there literally a part where he looks over at Mickey and sees him as like a bunch of meat?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's going crazy because he's hungry, bro. So Mickey went to like the traders, the Trader Joe's, you know, to see what he can trade his like he went to go sell his cow, right? That's what he went to go do. And he came back with 3 magic beans. And boy, did Donald not fucking like that, bro. It was like fucking beans. You know, he did the on thing again. And
he threw them on the ground.
He did. He like fucking flipped that shit up from Mickey's hands, and it fell on the ground. But we know what happens. Magic beans grow into the giant tree, whatever, and the tree rises up from beneath them. So like the house lifts up and stuff, and yeah, they see like a magic castle out the distance. I really don't feel the need to have to explain Jack and the Beanstalk, but I'm gonna anyways because that's kind of what I do in these movies. But so on their way there, Donald always has to fuck up somehow, and like they got attacked by like a fish, and then there's like a dragonfly. It's really not that exciting. It really isn't. And then they got into the castle, and they see the food. They're like, oh my fuck.
Oh, they're
dude.
like,
Yeah, dude. They're like, oh my fuck, food. Let me get some of that shit, bro. But the whole reason why they're going to the castle is steal back the golden harp so they can make Happy Valley happy again, pretty much.
The golden harp has magical singing powers that makes everything happy, and she also has the same hairstyle as Cinderella, which was in pre-production at the time. Just saying.
Interesting. But yeah, they got into the castle. They immediately started eating, and then that's when they realized, oh shit, it's a giant, dude, that stole the fucking harp. They were like, nah, man. And then that's when they started learning about the giant. They learned that the giant's name is Willy. It's Willy the Giant, and he's a gentle giant, and he can turn into anything he wants. Like there's a sequence where he turns into a giant pink fluffy bunny, and because Mickey was trying to trick him into turning into a fly, so that way Donald and Goofy can swat him with a fly swatter. Willie don't like that. He starts freaking the fuck out. He tosses him in like a locked box where they can't get out. Because
it's his snuff box. It's a tobacco box.
It's a tobacco box.
Which sets in motion this next sequence where the snuff makes him sneeze. So Willy the Giant is voiced by Billy Gilbert, who also voiced Sneezy from Snow White. And he was famous for his quote-unquote comedic sneezing routine. So literally that entire sequence was inserted into the film so that he could sneeze. So that he could do his funny sneezes for the audience.
Haha. Funny man sneeze.
Haha. Achoo.
Exactly. Hilarious. So yeah, this next sequence is Mickey escapes the snuff box. He goes to Willie's breast pocket, because that's where the key is for the box. And it's not that simple as like climbing up. He climbs like a shelf on top of him, and like brings like a rope down to like Mission Impossible his way into the pocket. And then, you know, of course, comedic sneezes happen because there's some snuff in his pocket, and it goes up in his face, and he starts sneezing and shit. Hilarious. Mickey gets the key, unlocks it, gets the harp, because the harp actually like sung Willie to sleep. I mean, that's the best way to describe it, because that's what happened.
So they would be able to save the day.
Exactly. So Willie got fucking mad, of course, as one does when somebody steals your stuff, and he started like chasing them out. He, like, you know, there's a whole sequence. I don't know if it's an iconic sequence, but it's a sequence of him, and like there's like a red flashing on the screen, like his eyes go all red and like all crazy and loony and stuff like that. And he's big mad, you know. He starts chasing them out, and then eventually the three Mouseketeers, the three Mouseketeers escape. They go down the beanstalk, and they return the golden harp. So Bullshit Valley is now Happy Valley again. I think I put here, oh shit, Willie is fucking dead, because I think he fell through and like he landed on the house or something like that. Either way. And then it goes back to the live action sequence of, you know, being like the end, you know, sort of thing. And that's when Willie comes into the live action and basically lifts up the house for the party.
The roof of the house for the party.
Yeah, the roof of the house for the party. Excuse me. That's what I meant. Yeah, the roof of the house for the party. And he's like, oh, you seen Mickey? Ooh, you know? And that's when fucking Edgar starts freaking the fuck out. He's like, oh! The fuck are you? You know? What are you over there? What are you doing right there? But yeah, and then Willie fucking walks off and uses like a building as a hat. Funny, haha, and then he leaves. I think it was the end.
Yes.
The end of the movie.
Yes. So I have this section titled Beans. Both Bongo and Beans were started 6 years earlier in 1941, and they were both going to be full-length movies. Mm-hmm. So this was going to involve more classic Disney characters, and it was going to have more plot lines, of course. One would be Minnie was going to be the queen of the castle who lived there with the harp. And then Willie the Giant was going to have a family. He was going to have a wife and child. One of the plot lines was going to involve Mickey and the gang having to take care of the child. So I'm assuming like trying not to wake the baby to alert the giant or something like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. That makes more sense.
Mm-hmm. This movie is one of the last few times that Walt voiced Mickey, and it's the last film where he did. So Walt voiced most of it, and then they needed to redub some lines while Walt was busy, so sound effect artist Jimmy McDonald stepped in for a few scenes, and then would mostly be the voice of Mickey for another 30 years.
Wait a second. Did you just bring that up now? That Walt is the voice of Mickey? Or did I just forget?
I think you just forgot.
I don't know.
Walt also voiced him for a couple episodes of the Mickey Mouse Club.
Okay.
And Goofy is still voiced by Pinto Colvig here, and Donald is still voiced by Clarence Nash, who we heard previously in Saludos Amigos.
Yeah.
And so, Mickey and the Beanstalk has been a lot more reprinted, redistributed than Bongo. But the irony of that is that I can't find it on the internet. I was trying to find the version I remember with Sterling Holloway. And granted, I didn't search that hard, but I couldn't find it. The only version that's really available is the Fun and Fancy Free version.
Interesting.
Yeah. I have a few more general tidbits before we get into the end part of it.
Yeah.
So the profit from this movie went into creating Cinderella.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Which is not our next movie. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 later.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. This was the first Disney film dubbed into Norwegian.
Weird. But okay.
The movie features 12 songs, including the title track in its reprise, Too Good to Be True in its reprise, and Fee Fi Fo Fum.
Did he start singing? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. He did start singing Fee Fi Fo Fum.
So the last thing I want to do is I want to do a little profile on one of the animators from this movie, a Disney animator, very near and dear to my heart. His name is Blaine Gibson. Okay. He was born in Rocky Ford, Colorado, which is a place where my parents taught before my family moved to Vegas, and it's a town so small that it's never housed more than 5,000 people. He also sculpted the Partners statue at the center of Disneyland, which depicts Walt and Mickey holding hands and admiring everything they created, and he sculpted the molds for so many animatronics for Disney rides and attractions, and he's a Disney legend who's from my hometown, which is wild to me because it's so small.
You just never know, man.
I know.
Never know.
Never know. All right. Anything else you would like to add?
Not really.
All right. So what was your favorite part?
Man, can I just put the entirety of the Bongo short in there? Because that was good. That was good. Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really liked it too. What scores do you think the audience gave it?
Ooh, boy. What scores do I think the audience gave it? I'm going to say, well, fuck, I don't know if that's correct. I'm going to say a 5.9. For some reason, that's just what's coming to me right now.
On IMDb, it has a 6.6, and on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 67%.
Okay. So I'm kind of off, but I'm not too far off.
What score do you think critics give it?
See, here's the thing, dude. I feel like there's so much pressure. I feel like there's so much pressure for these critic scores because every time we would do a critic rating thing, whatever, we would get it like on the money, and like it just makes me think that I'm a fucking Disney critic, and it's you know. Okay. 73%. Was that close?
Here's the crazy thing.
Oh God.
This movie is second to last in critic score.
Okay, so what is it?
It is. Yeah, your phone's ringing.
Yeah.
It's 64%.
64%.
The only movie it is above is Song of the South, which means it's below Victory Through Air Power.
Wow. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
I know.
What the fuck, dude?
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So in the 12 movies we watched for the podcast, where does this rank?
Okay, you need to remind me.
So here's your ranking. Number 1, Bambi. 2, Pinocchio. 3, Three Caballeros. 4, Dumbo. 5, Reluctant Dragon. 6, Saludos Amigos. 7, Fantasia. 8, Make Mine Music. 9, Snow White. 10, Song of the South. And 11, Victory Through Air Power.
It's gonna have to go above the Reluctant Dragon. So I think number 5 it is.
Yep, it's going to be number 5 for you now.
Mm-hmm.
What's this called? Fun and Fancy Free. I keep trying to say it's Make Mine Music, which we've already done.
Yeah.
I put it pretty much in the middle of my list. It's not better than Pinocchio, but it is a fun little movie.
It is fun, but I think fucking Bongo carries this movie hard.
Yeah, it's a number 7 for me, so pretty much in the middle.
Yeah.
What is your Disney lesson takeaway?
There really isn't much of a Disney lesson to take away here. I mean, it's just 2 short stories of like a bear falling in love and
Yeah.
Jack and the Beanstalk. So I honestly don't even know.
Come
There
up
is
with
no
something.
lesson. There's
Have
no...
a fun little one. Come on. Give it a fun little go.
Don't trade your cow for magic beans.
But it turned out to be a good thing.
Was it really a good thing though?
Trade your cow for magic beans.
Okay, so trade your cow for magic beans. If you're
Yes.
ever in the Trader Joe's and then you trade your cow, make sure it's your magic beans.
Yes. Do you have any questions for me?
Not really.
I have a question for you.
Shoot.
Are you still down to get matching bongo tattoos?
Yes.
Yeah. Of the little bear on his little unicycle.
Dude, I love Bongo.
I love bongo. All right, so it's outro time.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so before we do the outro, we're back, baby.
Whoa!
We are back. I can't say I'm sorry enough for, not recording.
There's been so much.
There's life is crazy. Life is crazy, but we're back. And we plan to be back on a regular basis.
If not a regular basis, then a more regular basis.
Yeah, we're not just going to leave you guys in the dark for months like we did last time.
8 months.
But we are back.
We're back.
We hope this comeback can bring you some sort of happiness in these times of peril, because the world is not the same. Man, it feels good to be back, and I hope you guys enjoy the comeback and the more episodes to come, and hopefully this whole video thing will get sorted out and we'll be Gucci gang, you know what I'm saying?
Hopefully next time I'll have more than 5 minutes to prepare and put on makeup and look presentable for you guys instead of sitting here in my Eeyore onesie.
You know what? It happens. All right, so go ahead.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
If you like what you heard, go ahead and throw us a follow on Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, and YouTube. Make sure to visit our website at www.discoveringpodcast.podbean.com. There you can find all the up-to-date shows so far and even some information about yours truly.
I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I hope you have a good week. Our next episode will be another freaking compilation film, Melody Time.
Nah.
I know, we're almost out. We're almost out of the woods. We'll see you next time. And remember,
be proud of who you are. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Catch you next week. If you'd like to keep up to date with us, you can always find us on Twitter at @DDisneyPodcast or on our personal accounts. My Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch is LeoTheKing_420. Morgan's Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch are all Queen Morgana 12.